The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Youth is happy because it has the capacity to see beauty. Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old. The past is just a story we tell ourselves. If you look for the light, you will often find it. But if you look for the dark, it is all you will ever see. You might be the sweetest peach on the tree, but some people just don't like pages. If all our problems with cards and we could lay them out on the table, I bet you to pick in your own backup. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. If you stop seeing the world in terms of what you like and what you dislike and saw things for what they truly are in themselves, you would find a great deal more peace in your life. If you treat an individual as he is, it will remain how he is. But if you treat them as if he were what he ought to be and could be, it will become what he ought to be and could be. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice. We are all bad guys and someone's story. The only person who's ever gonna remember your hard work is you. Not this company, not your boss. Only you. It's not worth killing yourself over a company that will replace you in 2 days if you are gone. The people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind. Keep breaking your heart until it opens. Remember when you wanted. Would you currently have? No expectations, no disappointments. Be the person you needed when you were younger. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Everything could be taken from a man but one thing. The last of the human freedoms to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. You're going to make a lot of people mad doing what's right for you. You can cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. It's easy to fool someone. It's hard to convince them that they have been fooled. Any thought you have about the future is a delusion. Resentments is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Someone once told me the meaning of hell. On your last day on the earth, the person you became will meet the person you could have become. Quietly work. Let success speak up. It is not a lack of time. There is a lack of priority. What would you do if you were afraid? If you wouldn't take advice from them, why would you take criticism? If it can be fixed, why are you complaining? If it can be fixed, why are you complaining? If you are trying to break a habit, don't say this is the last time I'm doing it to yourself. Instead, say this is the first time I am not doing it. Ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. The trouble is, you think you have time. People don't think about you as much as you imagine they do. Dead people receive more flowers than the living ones because regrets is stronger than gratitude. There are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, they are still time to change the road you're on. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. The days are long, the years are short. Read this after I had my first kid. Couldn't be more true. The reason you want to be better than someone else is the reason why you aren't. Embrace stress as the opposite of apathy. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. Everything outside of this moment is just imagination. You cannot convince people to love you. No one will ever give you love because you want him or her to give it. Real love moves freely in both directions. Don't waste your time on anything else. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. You don't notice your progress in life because you are always raising the bar. Let go or be dragged. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. People don't get what they deserve. You are always responsible for the first thought you have, but you are responsible for the second one. It will be so kind you forgot to be clever, and never be so clever you forgot to be kind. Your mind gives up a lot faster than your body. Every person alive hits a crossroads in life when you have to let go of the past and forge ahead into something new. The only sad thing would be clinging to the past once it's out of reach. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Honestly, without kindness is brutality. Kindness without honesty is manipulation. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams too. Every journey begins with the first step. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. Today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and the youngest you ever be again. Don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. If you expect the world to be fair with you because you are fair, you're feeling yourself. That's like expecting the lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. There is a healthy amount distrust to have in everyone. Nobody's intentions are truly clear, even after being stated. You want crazy. You are intelligent. Don't be afraid of shadow. It just means there's a light nearby. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you hate the book. When you try to please everybody, you almost always please nobody. No matter how many times I may stumble, I will rise each time a better man. The most important step a man can take is the next one. It's always the next one. Experience. Don't expect. Experience life. Do not carry expectations on how it should be. A salary is the drug they give you to forget your dreams. One day or day one, you decide. A calm sea will not make you a skilled sailor. Just because I thought you got your attention doesn't mean that deserves your attention. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. If you find yourself repeatedly questioning whether or not something is right for you, the answer is usually no. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. A blind man is a poor guide until it gets dark. When you work for someone else, you have the right only to labor, not to the fruits of labor. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Children make so much noise you can't think, but when they leave the house forever, the silence is maddening. The bee doesn't waste its time trying to convince the fly that honey is better than shit. Nothing in life that is worth having comes easy. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Gear for a good time, not a long time. Feelings are not facts. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. If you are unhappy, you are doing something wrong. This too shall pass. Be not afraid of moving slowly, the only afraid of standing still. Sometimes, a hypocrite is nothing more than a man in the process of changing. The only time he should look into someone else's ball is to make sure they have enough. Given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become more reality. The things you own end up owning you. Speak your mind, even if your voice shakes.